He is ready. After coming in second to SGA in the MVP race, Nikola Jokić will be in an uphill battle this season, but all signs point to his overtaking SGA and other talented players in the MVP race for the 2025-2026 NBA season. Amy Sutherland here for Nuggets Digest. Hit the subscribe button down below. Stay up to date all things Denver Nuggets and join our Nuggets Digest community. We are so grateful for each one of you. So hit the subscribe button. Stay up to date on all things Nuggets with us here at Nuggets Digest. The betting odds are an interesting concept when it comes to the MVP race. They don't predict what will happen, but they are a good litmus test to know what people are feeling, what's going to potentially happen out there in the MVP race for the NBA season. It is definitely too early to be talking about this, but we are in the throes of the offseason, and this was the most interesting concept that I could latch onto today. Honestly, just thinking about the MVP race gets me riled up because of what happened last year in the MVP race versus SGA and Nikola Jokić. Nikola Jokić should have won the MVP last year. I'm going to show you why, the statistics of why, and why Nikola Jokić will most likely, in my opinion, win the MVP next season. So I want to start by comparing Nikola Jokić and SGA's statistics from last season. Nikola Jokić, he averaged 29.6 points per game. SGA averaged 32.7. Not too much of a difference there, about 3-ish points per game less from Nikola Jokić. Rebounds per game, 12.7 and 5. Assists per game, 10.2 and 6.4. Steals, Nikola Jokić had 0.1. That's honestly negligible. There's not really much of a difference there, but still he had 0.1 more steals than SGA. It is baffling to me that Nikola Jokić did not win the MVP last year. The only reason that he did not was that the Nuggets were ranked lower in the Western Conference than the Thunder, and Nikola Jokić had won many previous MVP awards to this, and SGA had not won. And the season before that, when the Denver Nuggets and Nikola Jokić won his MVP and then lost in the second round of the playoffs, everybody freaked out and was proclaiming that Nikola Jokić should not have won that MVP because he could not take his team as far. SGA proved this season he completed a very historic run in last season by winning the scoring title, winning the regular season MVP, and winning the finals MVP. He was great, but Nikola Jokić deserved another MVP, and he's going to get one this coming season. As soon as the finals ended last season, the betting odds came out. It was a few days after, and people were already putting Nikola Jokić over SGA. That has flipped a little bit. Let me show you what the odds are looking like right now. We have SGA, Nikola Jokić. They're very close. They're in a very close race right here. Luka Doncic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Victor Wembanyama. So this is the top 5. And Luka, Giannis, and Victor, they're not even close to what SGA and Nikola Jokić are. So it is looking like Nikola Jokić will have a very close battle with SGA for the MVP coming up next season. Jokić has finished first or second in the odds to win the MVP in the last 5 seasons. 5 seasons that Nikola Jokić has been either first or second in the MVP race. That is not going to change this year, but it is going to be reversed. SGA is going to be second. Jokić is going to be first. Jokić has been playing for the Serbian basketball team this offseason in the Eurobasket and looked not as great as he could look. He was not averaging a lot of points, but he is going to approach this season, in my opinion, with more of a desire and more fire. It is, people say, oh, Nikola Jokić, he doesn't care. So many quotes have come out recently by Vlatko Čančar, by Michael Porter Jr. saying that, yes, actually, he does care a lot. And I am sure that Nikola Jokic cares that last season he came so close to winning MVP and did not win it. After working so hard that season, after having a historic season by averaging a triple-double and not winning the MVP, there is going to be some fire in Nikola Jokic, and he is going to come out with the desire to prove that he should have been last season's MVP. Because Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets last season did not win as many games as the Thunder, that was a lot of what was causing this contention and this doubt of voters of why Nikola Jokic should not be the MVP. If the MVP the debate was the MVP should be the best player on the best team, or should it just be the best player? It should just be the best player, not the best player on the best team. That's why SGA won it last year. That being said, the Western Conference is going to be loaded, even more loaded than it was last season. And the Nuggets may not be one of the top teams again. Hopefully with all of the trades that they've made, hopefully with adding Tim Hardaway Jr., Jonas Valanciunas, Cam Johnson, Bruce Brown, they are expected to be higher. But Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook, two former and current Nuggets, had a historic MVP run because they were the only two players that have ever won an MVP without being a top 3 seed. When Russell Westbrook won MVP, they were ranked a 6th seed, and same with Nikola Jokic when he won an MVP not ranked in the top 3 teams, they were also a 6th seed. That is very, as you can see, out of the normal because they were the only two players since 1983 to do such. The MVP award is notoriously known to be given to a good player, the best player on one of the best teams. So, with all of the Denver Nuggets, new players, new roles, Nikola Jokic is going to win MVP because the Nuggets will be ranked higher. He will have another historic season, averaging a triple-double. I don't see a way that Nikola Jokic will not be averaging a triple-double next season because he's done it almost 3 seasons in a row, and last year did it by a large margin. Averaged a triple-double. And will do it again in the 2025-2026 NBA season, meaning that he is ready for the season. He is ready to come back and win another MVP award. He is going to have a historic season, and he is ready to approach this season with all of the gusto that he can to win that MVP award. It might not matter to him in a worldly sense. He might not want to shout it out there, but I think that he wants it because of his competitive drive, because of the desire that he has to be the best at what he does. I so admire that in him and cannot wait to watch him win another MVP award. Once again, hit the subscribe button, stay up to date with us, and until next time, go Nuggets.